here we are with one of the best, we can say, in history of billiards. Not many players have multiple. How many world championships do you have?
I have only 2 gold medals, but I have totally 10 medals at individual world championships in Tricushion.
Yeah, so we can easily say one of the best in history of this beautiful game, Mr. Maestro, real Maestro Marco Zanetti from Italy, our billiard colleague and a friend, very nice person outside of the table also. So how would you present yourself shortly? Sportsman.
Okay, you said already something. So I would say that I'm a professional billiard player since more than 30 years, and I am at the moment still Italian national champion, runner-up of the European Championship, and number 2 of the world ranking. For the moment, this is my situation, my position, and more in generally, I won almost everything that a billiard player can win, also all the most important tournaments, invitational tournaments, LG, LGP, Lausanne, World Games, gold medal, also important in Cali, Colombia, 2013. World Games is, let's say, the official, let's say, kind of Olympic Games for the recognized sports that are not belonging to the Olympic program, like billiard. So, that's me.
How many Italian championships?
In Tricushion I have 27.
27.
So
That's nice. That's a consistency. It's not easy every year to repeat.
okay, let's say that maybe I am in Italy, I am the only professional. So for me it's a little easier to compete there because my opponents are not professional. So now, last game I lost in the Italian Championship, it was I think in 2007. So
very nice. It requires some preparation also.
Sure.
There were some close matches in
Sure, sometimes also matches are getting close, but also, yeah, it's just important to stay focused and to stay calm and to keep the concentration on a top level. That's the basic for billiards.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons why I decided to talk to you, coming from Italy. And your story is maybe a little bit different than Belgium or Holland or France.
Yeah, my story is a little different also because I was in my young years, I was always playing billiard for leisure and with a lot of passion. I won junior titles, I won medals, but at that time there was no way to become professional in billiard. So I was studying and I was finishing also the university, and exactly on that moment when I was close to finish the university in economics, I got an invitational letter from a German businessman who founded the professional stage in Tricushion, and he invited me to take part on it. And I was, at the moment, I was 24, and that was for me the start of, let's say, make a living by playing billiards. Yeah.
Very nice. As I follow the sport and I follow you. Of course, it seems that. Could we say that you're still improving?
Yeah. Yeah, this is. I can say that now with I'm 57.
Yeah.
And in this moment I'm playing the best level of billiards I have ever reached in my life, in my career, and I feel at the top. Excellent. For the moment.
Excellent. That's a good for the game also in general to allow that for to be improving. Something like Federer. I teach tennis, so we follow
Yeah.
tennis also. I
Yeah.
want to see Federer still improving. It's a little more physical game, of course, but it seems like he's still improving. It's incredible. Okay. What would you say your biggest moment, 2-3 matches maybe that stay in
I
your
also
mind?
know I have so many. I have too many. Let's say maybe the biggest memory goes back in 2013 during the semi-final of the European Championship in Brandenburg in Germany, when I played against Belgium top player Frédéric Caudron, and we played as usual a 40 points game, knockout system, and he during the game he equalized the world record in the high run while playing a run of 28, and despite that I was able to win at the end the match. So this is maybe the most famous billiard game ever played in the history of billiards, and this is my first memory. And okay, second memory maybe now what I did last week here in the preliminary rounds against Turkish top player Sayginer, that I was able to equalize the game, because you know white ball start the game, and if white ball finish the game first, you have the right to equalize the inning with your yellow ball. And I established a new world record in the high run for the equalizing game, to play a tie. I had a run of 18, so, and I did it the last week. So
Yeah, so what we said, that's beautiful. And yeah, it's amazing. As we walk around here, we see you on the first day qualifying. You come and you watch. You really enjoyed the game. Still full.
sure, and I am also interested to see around me new players coming, new names I never heard before. So, and they are playing extremely good. So it's interesting for me also to follow
And see
the
my
Tricushion.
players,
Yeah, yeah.
What would you say your biggest strength and weakness? Would you consider?
Well, let's say that sometimes I feel like a Formula One car that is very speedy and very effective, but also very sensitive in the sense that sometimes if a small part inside is not okay, then all the car is suffering. And so it's to play three-cushion billiard is a precision sport, and you need so many qualities concerning speeds, impacts, rotations, and different ways of shooting the balls, different ways of holding the cue, different techniques, and it's difficult to keep everything in memory and use it when you need it, because the tendency is to make a mix out of it, but as it is a precision sport, you cannot play in zones. You must play precise, and you have at the same time think about attack. It means when you score the point, try to have as next a good position, and at the same moment try to play defense. When you miss the point, leave a difficult position for the opponent. All these in a time limit system that we apply for the first time here. We have only 30 seconds to shoot.
It's okay, or it's
No, for me it's very short, but we will see.
yeah.
And so this combination altogether makes this sport really very complicated and very special.
Yeah. yeah, I had the privilege to spend some time with you on a seminar, let's say, on instruction, a couple of days, and it was. We had some discussions. It was interesting when we talked about instincts and a little book we discussed, and you said you want to know every little thing. Almost no, there are some instincts, but you analyze.
Yeah, I mean, it's
need to know everything.
three cushion billiards is a sport of made out of details. So, and the details make the difference between, let's say, a standard good player, a very good player, or a top player.
Yeah.
And it's not only a matter of techniques, evidently, it's also a matter of being able to control yourself, to manage your inside world, because in billiard you have a lot of time when the opponent is playing on the table, you are sitting on the chair, sometimes you sit on the chair for 10 minutes, you have a lot of time to spend with yourself, and to be a good billiard player, it means also to be able to control your thoughts, to listen on your feelings, and try to keep the right attitude for the next opportunity will stand up and go to the table.
Yeah. I had also luck to talk to some other top players, Kudron, Blomdahl, and Raimund Kulemans. To me, it seems that you really have a little different, almost philosophical view. But I'm sure they have. Would you say they have their own? Each player has its own.
Every player is different. Every player has his own style, like in every sport. Every top player has a different style, and this makes the sport also more attractive, more interesting, and more spectacular. And everybody has his favorite players.
Even the Belgian players there is no Belgium school. I mean, there is Belgian billiard school, but they still develop their own style. For example, in tennis, when you see a Czech player, you know it's a Czech player with the technique and everything. They're almost similar. Maybe we can say for Koreans that they are a little more coming from the system.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about this, because at the top level, I cannot recognize the nationality of a player simply by watching how the balls are moving in the table. At the table, I cannot. So, and no, I can just see if a player is more calm or is more emotional, is showing with the body certain emotional reactions or not. But I cannot say. Normally, it's true. The Belgian school is very calm, and it's almost forbidden to show emotions while playing. As for me, I have a completely different attitude. I prefer also to show passions, and because billiard is also sport, and sport is combined also with emotions. So this is my personal philosophy about that.
Of course. What would you say? How many days can you go without practicing when you are in a normal situation, not on vacation?
Now listen, this is for me I'm also on that field different. There are players who try to play every day, even only for half an hour or 1 hour, but every day. And as for me, I need sometimes breaks. I need to make a break. Unfortunately, now the year is full and the calendar is full with many duties, with many trips, travels. So I need to keep the form, to keep myself in good form, to try to perform properly. But I can tell you that if there is no tournament coming into the next 2 months, I can easily stay long time without touching the cue, and this is also for me very important because kind of regeneration inside me. So, and then when I get back into the game and into my practicing, I feel again the joy, the pleasure, and the concentration to do it again and to try to discover new things, to try to play more precise. This is, for me, very important.
And that would be maybe 10 days, 2 weeks?
No, it can be 1 month.
Can be 1
yes. The break is a break, you know.
Yeah. Very interesting. And first day after 1 month?
The first day I play after 1 month is very, very strange. Let's say not the first day, but the first maybe half an hour. It's very strange because obviously you need for billiard a very special focus with the eye and try to see always lines and curves, and when you are not used anymore you can even have a small nightmare for a while, you know, and this is at least what happened to me. So this is just a short moment, and then it's like riding a bike, you know. When you learned it in your young years, even you don't ride the bike for 10 years, but
yeah, of course, and then this level, top level is, you gotta be 100.
Yeah, of course, then you need to go through many different moments, but at the end you find again all the small details that makes you more effective or more precise, or so. But it's a long way anyway.
Yeah.
Therefore, we need before the, let's say, to prepare properly a big tournament, I start at least to practice 2 weeks before, and I play alone every day, also for sometimes very long time, to try to remember all the small details in the technique and in my secret tricks I use to get focused at my best.
Okay. How you see future of billiards? Not mentioning some
I don't know.
regular things, but let's say, do you have a suggestion for Croatia, ex-Yugoslavia? You just need a couple of tables, of course, before we start.
Yeah, you need tables, and you need also to compete with international or at international level, and to have the more opportunity to stay connected with the good players of Europe, to improve your game, to getting more used also to play at a certain level with a certain tension, and this is very important. Yeah, and get more and more playing international tournaments is very important.
Yeah, we had a calculation last time we played in First in 2010, and so 10 years later we played the big tournament, and we calculated how many tournaments
top players can have 100 official games in a year.
Yeah.
So you had how many? Two. 3?
So it's a big struggle. But that's another story. But you would suggest a small table also, if we have.
Yeah, small tables are especially important for young people. But I also wish to say that billiard can be interesting not only for young players but also for old men. Why? Because everybody is getting more old now with the improvement of the health system and of the medical science. We all are getting older, and billiard is a very good activity for men over 60 or after they are retired to keep in good shape And I recently have heard that more and more old people is approaching billiard very positive, very pleasant, and because we are always now focused on young people, and of course young people is a new generation and the sport will continue with the new generation, but the function of billiard can be also not only as a top sport like other disciplines, but also a kind of recreational hobby for other seniors. And
That's
that's also very important, and also the small table can be also useful for them.
So yeah, we hope to. You had some plans maybe for a little vacation in Croatia. We
Okay.
mentioned maybe it's still in
My calendar, I told you, is very busy, but if there will be a way to come, I will do it with pleasure.
You had a plan maybe in the summer or last.
Yeah, we will see. Yeah, I had plans, but I have always changes and new opportunities and new requirements. So for me, it's very difficult. I have also my family to take care, so not always possible to realize what I have in my head. But
And you really traveled pretty much all over the
yeah,
world with billiards.
I had over 300 flight hours last year.
Yeah, very nice. All the countries. And how you played some games in Eastern Europe, in Russia, Bulgaria, Romania?
No.
Nothing,
No,
right?
no.
It's also a little strange, but okay, that's how it is. But the rest, you went all over the place, right? Both
Where we play Trikusha most of the time, there are always the same places, you know, Korea, Asia, Korea, Vietnam, Turkey, and Europe, sometimes United States, South America. Yeah.
Okay, Marco. Very, always nice to talk
Okay,
to you. And
you're
thank you
welcome.
for your time. And we will send you the little clips.
Okay,
Then we
good.
edit out. Okay.